factor. We're actually growing in the ratings after being #1 in cable news for 7 consecutive years. Thank you all very much. Now, this year we did a lot of enterprise reporting, but the heart of this program remains stopping the spin. Here are some of our best moments, beginning with the Democratic presidential candidates cozying up to a vicious far-left website that runs some truly atrocious pictures. You okay with that cartoon, sir?
Of course not. That's not the issue, Mr.
Of course it's the issue.
No,
that's what they do. That's what they do on the site. They do that hate stuff all the time.
You've suggested that we ought not to participate in the convention because 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 people here have said something on this site that's objectionable.
There's thousands of vile postings on that website. Thousands.
Well, Mr. Oreilly, there are thousands on your posting as well.
No, they're not. There aren't any on my posting.
Oh, yes, there are.
We take them off right away.
Talking about Al-Qaeda attacking San Francisco, blowing up San Francisco. That's not offensive.
When did I say that?
You said it in 2005.
When? Where? What forum? When?
Right here, I believe, on your own show.
No, you're wrong. I didn't say it here.
Well,
you don't know what the hell I said.
No.
With all due respect. You got it from
Focus
Media
on
Matters.
focus on your legitimate criticism.
And you don't know what I did. Look,
Focus
you're a
on your legitimate
propagandist, Senator.
criticism.
You're a propagandist. I used to respect you. I don't have any respect for you. And if I were Joseph Lieberman, I would never talk to you again. Because this is vile, and you're legitimizing it. So you want to impeach President Bush and Vice President Cheney and I guess everybody else in there? Okay.
No, actually, you want the House of Representatives to stand up for our Constitution, for the rule of law.
All right. But there's got to be a crime in order to impeach anybody.
And impeach the President and the Vice President.
Yeah, but there's got to be a crime in order to impeach anybody. So.
No, I'm sorry, you don't know your constitutional history, Bill. There doesn't have to be a crime at all.
With all due respect, Mayor, I think I know more than you do about American history and the Constitution. There has to be a demonstrable...
Apparently you don't, from what you just said, Bill.
Apparently you're going to keep quiet and let me say something, and then you can respond.
Well, I think I was responding to your question.
You are. You got your point across. Now, you have to have a demonstrable action by the president or vice president, which is a high crime or misdemeanor, that shows that they violated, the Constitution.
You are misstating constitutional history.
Okay. You don't know what you're talking about.
Misleading.
You don't know what you're talking about because abuse of power can be interpreted in a million different ways. Not if you're foolish and you're taking up the viewer's time. You who are all over there with teenage daughters are telling me that you are okay with somebody sneaking into the country, becoming drunk, get convicted of a DUI, and staying here.
You're all right. My nightmare is my daughter's having anything to do with a drunk. Let me finish my answer. My nightmare is my daughter's having anything to do with a person driving drunk. That's my nightmare.
Okay. American crime.
What difference does it make?
It makes plenty of difference.
It does not.
He doesn't have a right to be here.
Commit a felony.
He doesn't have a right to be in this country. You like this, going around talking to pinheads like me?
I won't let you use that name. I won't let you spin yourself that way here. No, you're not a pinhead. You're a gentleman. You're a gentleman.
All right.
It's easy to go around and talk
and
about
you don't mind because they're all asking you dopey.
You know what's tough is if you go in and you had a movie that you didn't believe in or that you didn't like. I'm sure that would be difficult. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have you come out with me to help promote the film.
Yeah.
Yes.
And see, that will drive away, though. Depends where we go. If we went
we're going to hit it. We're going to bring people together.
In San Francisco, that would hurt you.
San Francisco, we're going to get you in San Francisco on the same page.
Are we?
Christmas time, yes. Right. Next time I'm coming here, we're going to get into it like a Geraldo moment in a positive way.
All right, in a positive, because everything has to be
positive. A lot of people thought that Contender Fight was big last night. They didn't see you and Geraldo. You guys made that look like two sisters who stole each other's sweaters.
It was kind of like, Scott Pelley asked you, why aren't you telling the president, Mr. President, that I need this authority this afternoon?
Right, because the United States government doesn't work that way.
I thought that was weak.
Well, Bill, it's the way I did, that particular briefing that I marched down the hall. I'm sure Connie went down the hall and talked to him about it. And I started talking about imminent threat in May.
But you should.
And I know the president understood my concerns. I knew the entire government understood my concerns. I knew everybody knew how concerned I was.
I would have been in there banging that table.
Well, I banged every table in town. I was the guy who had his hair on fire that summer.
If you're going to go out and say to billions of people, we got to get out of there now, then I'm going to come in and say, well, what happens if we do that? Do we put America in more danger? And it doesn't matter how you feel.
Well,
you need to think
about that. Asking my opinion.
Yes.
Then it does matter how I feel.
No, you need to think about it.
No, Bill. You need to think about it. That's how you do it. I don't do it that
So
way.
you don't have a responsibility to back up how you feel.
No, I have a responsibility to answer your question. I wasn't a fan of the war in Iran. I'm still not. I'm sorry, in Iraq.
Right.
I'm still not a fan of the war in Iraq. I think we went in under misguided ideals and with no real way to get out.
Is it tough being you?
It's hard for me to be you.
Is
I'll
it?
tell you that much.
It is? Now, don't you owe me an enormous amount of money?
Well, if I were imitating you, I would, Bill. But there's a difference between imitation and emulation. Let me tell you the difference, okay?
Yes.
If you imitate someone, you owe them a royalty check. If you emulate them, you don't. There's a big difference. Check your lawyer.
I will. Now, what is it exactly that you do on your program?
Well, what I do, Bill, is I catch the world in the headlights of my justice, okay?
Your middle name is Tyrone.
It is.
How could that possibly happen?
Because I'm Irish, Bill. Have you ever been?
French.
Have you ever been?
There isn't one Irish
Have you
guy
ever
named
been?
Colbert.
Have you ever been Colbert? Con Colbert at the Easter Rebellion of
Now you're
1916.
Colbert again.
I thought you had
Who are
a
you?
researcher.
Are you Colbert or Colbert?
Bill? I'm whoever you want me to be.
All right. Love that. And talking about Don't Spin, Miller Time is next. Tonight.